Welcome back to episode 9 on Will They Fit? And if you are here stopping in for the first time, on this series we talk about all the wheel setups we've ran on my 8th gen Honda Civic. We talk about the pros, the cons, my recommendations, if you should run the setup or not. So if you are new or if you will find value in these videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright, on this episode we are talking about the MB Battle Sport wheels. A lot of people like running these wheels because they have this aggressive fitment, they come in aggressive sizes, and they have this depth to them, this concavity that everybody wants. So these wheels that I picked up used for my Civic were 17 inches by 9 with a 30mm offset all 4 corners. A lot of people run different setups for the front, for the rear. We went with the stagnant square setup, all the same. The tires we decided to run with this fitment is 215, 40, 17. The tires do come with some stretch, although it's not crazy. Some people run 195s, 205s. Let's keep it clean. Let's get some rubber around those edges of the rim and let's stick with a 215, okay? So overall, so let's jump into the slideshow and I'll talk about everything that... So let's jump into the slideshow right now. I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons, and you guys let me know later on what do you guys think of this fitment, these wheels, the look. Just curious. Alright, so here are the wheels we picked up. These are the MB Battles 17 by 9. You already know the specs. Just look at them. They came with tires pre-mounted. These were Falcon tires. They do have a slight stretch. Picked them up for a great price, used market. Now, I was previously running the 2012 SI wheels on my car, which were great, and that video is coming soon. But it was time to get real JDM over here and real aggressive fitment. So the MB Battles were my #1 choice at that time. And notice that little stretch that you got running on that 9-inch wheel. Typically you don't want such a thin narrow tire on such a wide wheel, but if you're in the fitment scene, you're trying to get a nice stretch and clearance, it is a must. So let's talk about what we need to make these fit. The factory MB Battle wheels have a hub bore of 73mm. Now, what's the significance of this? The significance is that this is too big to run on your factory Honda Civic or Accord. The Honda factory hub bore size is a 64.1mm size, so there's going to be a gap where the wheel is sitting on your hub. The problem with this is that it might create vibrations and noise as you drive your vehicle. The solution is installing hub centric rings. Now you're going to have to get a 73 to 64.1mm hub centric ring adapter. Now what this adapter does is it makes sure the wheel is nice and tight when it's sitting on your hub. No vibrations, no problems. It's pretty much a spacer that you can put in the back of the wheel or the hub and put the wheel on the hub. Very simple design. This is going to run you roughly around 10 bucks for all 4 adapters. Highly recommend these so you don't have any problems as you're going on. Likewise, you are going to have to run conical tapered lug nuts. Your Honda factory ones are ball seat lug nuts, which aren't the correct angle and cut for these type of wheels. So make sure you get yourself a conical set, acorn or tapered, which runs 60 degrees. Here you can see a real picture of me trying to install my wheels on my vehicle. Super excited for this. Always wanted this setup. And for you guys wondering, I am running Raceling coilovers here, pretty much maxing them out down to the ground. Look at the clearance in the back. You still have some gap here, which is okay. Very tight in the front of the vehicle. Didn't have any rubbing though, which is surprising, but it's a great fitment for someone that's trying to start up and without trying to do camber arms, camber bolts, and mess around with all that. This way you can just install the wheels, lower the car, and you're pretty much good to go. So in the following videos I'm going to show you guys the car as a whole, and there's a video following that, so please enjoy. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Much appreciated. Hope you guys got some value from these videos. If you are trying to run a setup like this, it was a nice, clean setup. No camber arms, no problems, no rolling the fenders. It was just a simple bolt-on setup. In my personal opinion, there's still too much space between the fender and the tire. I do prefer that really tight fitment. Maybe a 225, like a smaller diameter 225 that stretches pretty good would be more would be better in this situation. But then you might have to adjust your camber in a little bit. You might have to get camber arms in the back if it's too tight. But if you're just looking for a bolt-on setup, I highly recommend the MB Battles in 17x9 with a 30mm offset and 215 tires all around. On the next episode, I'm going to be talking about the XXR 527 wheels. These were probably the most epic wheels that I've ran on my Civic. They were the highlight of my fitment career with the Honda Civic. They just looked great, but there was a lot of things that needed to be done in order to get these to fit, because they were fat mama bamba juicy booty, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, subscribe, like, comment, share. See you on the next video. Peace.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya.